What if I told you that the difference between staying trapped in poverty and building the life of your dreams isn't about how much talent you have? It's not about luck. It's not even about how many hours you work at your job. The secret is hidden in the 2 hours when the rest of the world is still dreaming. This is the story of Thomas, a 32-year-old man who had nothing, no money, no degree, and no future. He worked as a night security guard, living in a tiny room with a broken fan and shoes that had holes in them. He was a hard worker, but he was working hard in a life that was going nowhere. Then he discovered one simple secret. He started waking up at 5 a.m. every single morning. In just 90 days, his entire life completely changed. But what he did during those early morning hours will shock you. It wasn't just about waking up, it was about building a foundation while the world was silent. If you feel stuck, if you feel like you're living your life backwards while everyone else moves forward, pay attention. This might be the answer you've been searching for. Thomas wasn't lazy. Every night at 8 p.m. he went to work at a big warehouse, walking 4 miles just to get there. Every morning at 6 a.m. he walked home, exhausted, watching other families through their windows, people with clean shirts, office jobs, and futures. His mother, living in the countryside, would call him every week, asking, "Thomas, my son, when will your life get better?" And Thomas would lie. He would say, "Soon, Mama," because he didn't know how to fix it. He felt like he was living backwards. He fell into bed at 7 a.m. and slept until 4 p.m. while the world moved forward. He tried applying for better jobs, but with only a high school diploma, every door was closed. Everything changed on a cold Tuesday morning in November. His sister called. Their mother had collapsed. When Thomas saw his mother's wrinkled hands in that village clinic, hands that had worked in fields for decades, only to end up in a bed they couldn't afford, something inside him broke. He stepped outside into the darkness. It was 5 a.m. For the first time, he saw the dawn not as the end of a shift, but as a beginning. He whispered to himself, "No more. I will not live like this anymore." On the bus ride back to town, Thomas saw a man in his 50s named Mr. Chun. He was a successful businessman, yet here he was, sitting peacefully on a regular bus at 6 a.m., reading a book. Thomas gathered his courage and asked, "Why are you on this early bus?" Mr. Chun's answer changed everything. He told Thomas, "The hours between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m., those are magic hours. That is when you can build the life you want while everyone else is still dreaming." Mr. Chun looked at Thomas's tired face and gave him a harsh truth. Thomas was stuck because he was awake when the world slept and asleep when the world worked. He challenged Thomas to change his sleep schedule, to sleep as soon as he got home at 6:30 a.m., wake up at 11:30 a.m., and eventually transition to a life where 5 a.m. was his power hour. But there was a catch. Mr. Chun said, "I will show you what to do with those morning hours, but only if you are serious. It requires discipline most people do not have." Thomas met Mr. Chun at a cafe, and the businessman drew a picture of a house. "Right now," he said, "your house is falling apart because you never work on the foundation. You're too busy surviving." He broke down the math. 2 hours every morning is 14 hours a week. That is 730 hours a year, the equivalent of 3 extra months of work that everyone else wastes.
He gave Thomas 3 non-negotiable rules for the 5 a.m. club. Rule 1, Hour 1, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Build skills. Spend this hour learning something that changes your financial situation. No TV, no scrolling, just learning. Rule 2, Hour 2, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Build body and mind. 30 minutes of exercise to keep your vehicle running, and 30 minutes of reading or planning. Rule 3, no negotiation. You wake up at 5 a.m. every day, including weekends. You must be in bed by 9 p.m. because you cannot cheat sleep and succeed. Mr. Chun warned him, the first week will be hell, your body will hate you, but after 21 days it becomes normal, after 90 days it becomes who you are.
The next morning, Thomas's alarm screamed. His mind begged him for 1 more hour, but he remembered his mother. He stood up. For the first month, he sat at a small table with his phone, watching free Excel tutorials on YouTube. His eyes burned, but he didn't stop. He chose accounting because he knew every business needed it. By day 20, he didn't need the alarm. He was waking up at 4:58 a.m. He felt the quiet power of the sunrise. He was building while others slept. By the 3rd month, he used his new skills to create an Excel spreadsheet to organize his warehouse's inventory, something they had never done properly. When his supervisor saw it, he was stunned. On day 87, the call came. The company was expanding their accounting department. Because Thomas understood the warehouse operations and had taught himself bookkeeping, the job was his. A day shift, double the salary. He called Mr. Chun, his voice trembling. I did it. I never missed a single 5 a.m. wake-up. A year later, Thomas was the lead accountant. He moved his mother to town, got her medical care, and lived in a home with more than 1 light bulb. He still wakes up at 5 a.m. Why? Because, as he says, success is not a destination, it is a daily practice. Your life can change starting tomorrow morning. The difference between where you are and where you want to be is how you use the time when everyone else is sleeping. Here is your 90-day challenge. Set your alarm for exactly 5 a.m. Put your phone across the room so you have to stand up to turn it off. Pick 1 skill. What will you build in your first hour? A language? A certification? A business idea? Protect your 9 p.m. bedtime. Cut the Netflix and the scrolling. Thomas had no degree and no money. You have the internet and this opportunity. Will you hit snooze tomorrow, or will you join the 5 a.m. club? Drop a comment below and tell me, what will you build in your first hour tomorrow? Let's hold each other accountable. Success begins at 5 a.m. Will you be awake?